शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये गजानन पद्मार्कं गजानन महर्निशम् अनेकदन्तं भक्ता पाहि गजानन दीनावना पाहि गजानन दीनावना
हर पल हर क्षण भूल करे हम, पग पग ठोकर खाए मुझे साई, तुम तक कैसे आऊं, करुणा सागर परम दयालु साई। हर पल गाऊं तेरा नाम, कृष्णा I call to you। हर पल गाऊं तेरा नाम, कृष्णा I call to you। सुंदर रूपाया ओ साई कृष्णा I yearn for you।
Sairam, everyone. Before we start today's session, let's start with three O's. Offering my humble pronouns at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Bhagavan, Sri Satya Sai. Respected elders, fellow brothers and sisters, Saira, and welcome to this long-awaited session. Before we start today's session, if you have any audio or video issues, please do type it in the chat box and someone will assist you. To those who aren't familiar with our speakers for today, Uncle Ashok and Aunty Indira Kalwani, they have been blessed with numerous physical interactions with Swami over a span of 43 years. Both Uncle Ashok and Aunty Indra hold special places in all of our hearts. I have personally heard some of their stories during my birthday stays with them over the past few years. I am truly honored to be able to introduce them for their first ever sharing session. Let's not delay any further and invite Uncle Ashok and Aunty Indra to share their experiences. Saira.
Sairam, everyone. As we were preparing for the session, so many memories came flooding in. Like Swami was guiding us and reminding us of what to talk and what to share. His grace, we truly felt like we were transported back home to Parthi. Before we start today's session, let's pray together to seek Swami's blessings. Of our Divine Mother and ask Him to speak through us by letting us share with all of you some of our most memorable moments. Thank you, Swami, for always reminding us of your divine presence and constantly showering us with your love, guide, and protection. We pray Swami keeps us all together under His loving protection and grace always. Thank you, my dear ones, for this blessed opportunity to share precious memories of divine love with all of you. Now the first. First of all, I will share with you the story of how our family met Baba. Our family from the very beginning was Shirdi Sai follower, and we had never heard about Satya Sai until my brother Suresh, who used to regularly attend bhajans at the residence of late Mr. Hiru Barwani, Sheetal's dad. He mentioned that he wished to see Swami in person. He went to Bangalore in the year 1973. And he was there for about 10 days. And Swami used to look at him, but maybe the time was not fixed to get an interview. So it was his last day, and he was very disappointed and like crying and saying, Swami, you are calling others, and why you're not calling me? So all of a sudden, within few minutes, he saw somebody coming out from Swami's residence and looking for a boy from Indonesia. So one of the Shevadal pointed him that he's a boy from Indonesia. The father said, Swami is calling you inside. Swami knows his heart. And just to make him happy, he called him inside, and he got an interview, long interview. And at the same, after interview, Swami had a breakfast session. He was also one of them with the other guest, breakfast together. So later, when he came back to Jakarta, he narrated the whole story to us, especially to my mom and dad. He said that I have met a living God, and he is really God, and he knows everything. My mom, like, she said how to believe him. So she was inquisitive, and she went to Bangalore with my dad. They met Swami there many times, and first Swami didn't call them for interview. Later on, he called them for one interview, second interview, and so many interviews they had. And Swami was telling them about their past, which only they knew. So like they were shocked. How come Swami knows everything and we never told Swami anything? And from that time, my mom said, he is nothing but he is a living God. So they also accepted that he is a living God. They came to Jakarta after mom came to Jakarta. She was totally a different person. Everything, whatever she says, always is Baba, Baba. And in every sentence, every moment, she remembered Baba. So later on, they went to see Baba again, and told Swami that my mom told Swami that she wants to settle down in Puttaparthi. So Swami told them, no, not now, and you have two sons, and get them married, finish your responsibility, then you come and settle. So in the year 1977, I went to see Baba. I had never seen Baba in my life. 1977, I went to India. My mom was there, and we went together to Whitefield. It was the 5th of September, and Swami was not there. He was in Mysore, and he was supposed to come 5th night. And so 6th morning, we could see Swami. So fortunately, 6th September was my birthday, and my mom told me, you are lucky, you will be seeing a living God on your birthday. And why don't you put him a garland, and I will arrange everything. I told my mom, I have never seen Swami. I mean, he has such a big afro hair, and how will I garland him? And I'll become nervous. I have never seen him. She said, you don't worry, I will take the permission. You will be in the VIP line on where Swami comes out, just in front of the gate. So anyhow, just to make mother happy, I agreed, and then garland was given to me. I was standing in the line with others where Swami would come out. And then Swami comes out, he speaks to 1, 2, 3, 4, and I was the 5th one. I was standing there. Swami came in front of me. I'm looking at Swami. Swami is looking at me, but I didn't dare. I mean, it was my first sight, and how can I put the big garland on him? So he was so nice. He helped me with my hand and put over him, and he took out the garland, put on his arm, and I took Pad Namaskar, and he went for darshan with the garland. Yes. Around the darshan, then he called mom for an interview. Of course, mom got up, then I also got up, then we had an interview with Swami. So in the interview, Swami told me that I'm going to perform your wedding. I told him, Swami, and it was my first time looking at Swami, and I did not have that full faith or whatever that everybody used to say is God and all. I never experienced anything. So I still could not accept. I mean, Then I told Swami, wedding abhi nahi, and first you means not now the wedding, and first you perform the engagement. I don't mind, and the wedding we'll do next year. So I was like bargaining with Swami, and my mom was getting angry. She said, you are so lucky, and God is performing your wedding, and you are telling him no. So Swami also said, this boy, why he's doing like this. Like that, we got about 5-6 interviews in a row in about 10-12 days. Every time he says, wedding karta hai, means I'll perform your wedding. I said, no, Swami, first engagement. So every time I used to not agree. So one day, he called us for an interview, and the girl side also were ready in Puttaparthi. He just said, he did not even ask me that I'm doing your wedding. He just said that, Dekho, tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., be ready and come to the veranda. Swami is performing the wedding. So he used his veto power without asking or nothing. He knows that this boy again will tell the same thing, he will say, no, again, engagement and all that. So I did not have any say. And then I just said means no, yes, no, no, whatever he said. And we had to, means I feel he just converted me and made me agree. And this wedding was within a very short notice. It was like 12 or 13 hours notice. Means today evening is falling, and that was about 6 o'clock in the evening, and then tomorrow 8 o'clock, the wedding. Then the wedding day comes. It was 27th morning. Mr. Charanjeev Rao, I remember, he was one of the caretakers in Puttaparthi. He comes to our room at 7:30 a.m. saying that, Swami, jaldi karo, means please make it fast. Swami is waiting. And Swami told us 8 o'clock, and it was 7:30. So we had to rush to the mandir and got seated in the veranda. And same time, Swami finished giving interview to the Chinese, Malaysian Chinese. So some of them came out, and some of them, Swami told them to wait in the interview and watch the wedding. How am I performing the wedding? So we all entered inside, and first he told to my mother to be every you tell me, means when Swami was in the Shirdi avatar, that I have to get your daughter married. Today I'm fulfilling your wish. See how Swami Purna avatar connects with his Shirdi avatar. Our Lord is omnipresent. During the wedding, Swami materialized everything from his empty hand. Like colored rice, kumkum, all from his palms. And then Swami said, Mangal Sutar next deta hai. Next deta hai means I will give you in another interview. Yeah. And that's it. After that, it is then it is your turn now. Yeah. Now it's her turn. She will tell her own experience. Yeah.
I would like to share our Kodaikanal trip, which some of you might not know, but back in days, Swami used to go to Kodaikanal every summer with his students and few guests. After my father-in-law passed away, I used to go frequently to my mill in Parthi or Whitefield. Once Swami told me, why don't you come to Kodaikanal and be my guest? I will look after your staying, as well as you can have breakfast, lunch, tea, dinner with me. I just didn't know what to say. I was so happy. The Lord telling me to join him, to go along with him. I said, okay, Swami. And then I went back to Jakarta. After that, again, after 2 months, I went. Again, he told me the same thing. When he said that, I said, okay, Swami, I will come. I came back to Jakarta. I told Ashok, I said, Swami has invited us, our Lord has invited us, let's go to Kodaikanal. Swami goes in April. So it was April. Then I told Ashok, he said that, no, I'm too busy. I can't make it. Deep inside, I was saying, I'm missing such a golden opportunity. Lord has told me, a couple of times and I'm not going. So, and I didn't want to go alone also. So I said, now what should I do? So I just thought of praying to Swami and telling him, please convince Ashok. After that, I told Ashok, you know what? I'm going to Kodaikanal. He said, how? I said, alone. So he said, you're sure? I said, yes, I'm very sure. I'm going alone if you're not joining me. Deep inside, I knew, how would I go alone? After that, Ashok said, okay, I will join you. Then we thought, let's offer Pia and Suresh. So they also agreed. So we all four went to Kodai. And Swami had arranged our stay in one of his devotees' villa. His name was Mr. Malik. Swami was so sweet. A few days before we arrived, he went to the villa just to check everything, like the bathroom, the rooms, the bathroom, the living room. After seeing that, see how Swami's eternal love. He checked every small thing for us, to the taps, everything. And then Swami told to Mr. Malik, I have guests coming from Indonesia. They will be staying in your villa. He said, okay, Swami. And then after that, Swami was so kind. He even kept a seva dal for us, just to give us morning coffee, tea and biscuits. He made us so comfortable. We didn't have to do anything. We used to have breakfast, lunch, tea and dinner with Swami. Swami had students and few of his guests. I had brought a talking parrot who repeats whatever you say. I gave it to Swami. So what Swami did in the morning, his children come down before breakfast, they're all sitting. He told the students, say something. So the students said something and the parrot repeated. So the students were wondering what's happening. From where is this, it's repeating what we are saying. Swami, the way he laughs and he takes the parrot and he passes to them, and the way they were enjoying, laughing. I tell you, our Swami behaves. Our Swami behaves with his students just like a friend. That is a sight to see, which you will see very soon.
Indira.
Yeah, there. Yeah. Okay, there. It's just that's the video. That's talking. How Swami is holding it and playing this.
Please talk, Swami. I'll talk back to you. What's your name? What's your name?
Here's another incident which Swami shows is omnipresent. When the trip was coming to an end, we decided to give a Sevadal some cash in the envelope just as a sign of gratitude, which he refused. Time came, Swami was leaving for Whitefield. We went to Swami's residence and had breakfast. There Swami so sweetly tells us, you follow me, we are going to Whitefield, and please don't go to your apartment. Come and stay in Tri Vrindavan in the guest house. So we said, okay, Swami. So we went and stayed there. Next morning, Swami came for darshan. We were all there seated. He came and so lovingly, really like a love, asked, how did you all enjoy the trip? We had no words. We just had tears in our eyes. The Lord taking us, what else do we want? So we said, Swami, it was beautiful, but we couldn't talk much because it was just at the darshan line. But he was so kind enough. He called us in the evening. It was in the evening. Yeah, sorry. I gave the letter. I gave the envelope which we had prepared for the Sevadhan. Then after that, Swami took the letter and he went. In the evening, he was so sweet. He called us for interview, all four of us. We went. He said, how was your stay? Did you all enjoy? Everything was good. We said, yes, Swami. Yeah, we all four were just crying away and thinking we were so lucky that we could be with our Lord, have, all the meals with him. So then after that, while talking to us, with Swami took the, what is it called, the tray where he keeps all the letters with his, the way he picked the letter which we had given him. He picked it and he showed. He said, why did you all give this to my Sevada? You shouldn't have. He said, Swami, we are so sorry. Please forgive us. And we just gave it because we felt we want, it's a gratitude for him. He had done so much for us. He said, no, you don't have to give him. See how our Lord knows everything what we did. No, it's you.
No, it's me. My turn again. Huh? Herewith I share with Swami how he performed sacred thread ceremony, which is Janya, of my son and Suresh's son, for both. I mean, it was not supposed to be, but it happened. So myself and my brother Suresh and others,
Sarah, everyone, we'll be right back. We are having some technical difficulties. They are back. I believe the internet issue has been sorted. Apologies for that.
very sorry for that internet problem. Yeah. So we were like 1 week in Puttaparthi, and then we had to go back to Bombay, myself and Suresh's family. And then my mom said, please don't leave, and Swami will, I will request Swami to put Janya for, thread ceremony for the boys. And then we again waited one more day, but Swami never called, so we decided to go. We went Bombay, and then after 2 days, Mom is calling us that Swami has told her to call us, and he is ready to perform the sacred thread ceremony. So we had to immediately go back again, and we reached Puttaparthi, but Swami never even looked at us for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days passed. Swami never called, never looked. And my mom was like in tense, that because it was not Swami who told her, it was a feeling inside that, call the boys, I will put Janya. Thread ceremony. So it was not Swami told her. Now she was like in a dilemma, what to do. I've told the boys, I've lied to my sons, and here Swami is not listening to me. She was praying to Swami, please, see that save me. How will you save me? So immediately next day, Swami calls us and says that I'm going to, in the interview, in the darshan line out, he said, tomorrow Swami is going to perform the thread ceremony and be ready. So see how the Lord, she just said out, means with the feelings, and there Baba listened to her, and finally he performed the sacred thread ceremony. Here there is earlier I missed something when Swami told mother that when he performed my wedding, he told mother that you can't settle down now. You have to perform the wedding of Ashok and Suresh. So he did mine, and later he did my brother's Suresh's wedding also. That was in Bangalore. That was 2 or 3 years. I think 3 years later. That was in Bangalore. Now, both the weddings were done, and Swami told them now. Mother told Swami that can we settle down now? He said, of course you can settle down now. So we bought an apartment, 3-bedroom apartment, and 3-bedroom apartment, and Dad wanted to furnish all the 3-bedroom, but Mom told him, no, I need only 2-bedroom. He asked her why. She said, 1 bedroom I want for Swami, and I will make a prayer room. So it was an argument between both of them that our family is big, and how can you give 1 room to Swami? I can make a altar for you in the corner, and then you can pray there, and let me furnish all the 3. So anyway, Mom told him, no, I want this because I want to put a life-size jula. Jula means a swing. And at the same time, she told Dad that I will put the swing, and it is my wish that Swami will come home to our house, and I want to do his Pad Puja. Pad Puja means prayer for the feet. It's a holy prayer for the feet, Pad Puja. My dad told my mom, you are dreaming. How can Swami, he's such a big person and very difficult. We can't even, many people don't get the chance to meet him, and he can come to our house. You are dreaming. I don't think it is possible, but then he said, whatever you want to do, you do. Anyway, the prayer room was done, a jula was fixed, and jula was fixed, everything was done, and whenever Swami calls my dad and mom for interview, especially my mom, he used to ask her, Parvati kya chahiye? Means Parvati, what do you want? Please ask me. So hundreds of times she must have been asked by Swami what you need. Every time she says, Swami, please come home. So the day came, it was in Whitefield in 1988. Yeah. Me and Indira also were there. Internet connection. Yeah, me and Indira were also there in Whitefield. He called us for interview. Again, he asked my mom, Parvati, what do you need? She again said, Swami, please come home. Immediately, Swami shook her hand and told her, Swami ghar aata hai, means Swami is coming to your house. When shall I come? And are you ready? So in between, Indra just requested Swami, can you give us some time? He asked why. He said, because our brothers, sisters, all are in Jakarta and Singapore, so they will need time to come. So the whole family can enjoy your grace. So anyway, he said, anytime Swami is ready, whenever you are ready, please let me know. So the time came, and all our family were there, except my elder brother could not make it. Ramesh could not make it. So otherwise, all were there. And he came home as soon as he just entered the house and sat down on the sofa, and he was talking to everybody because he came alone, and we were so lucky we had the opportunity. Otherwise, Swami goes with other people like Sevadal or friends or other devotees. So this time he was alone himself, nobody with him. Mr. Balram only drove him. Mr. Balram is an industrialist in Bangalore. He drove him, and he was sitting a bit far, I mean, little outside. So because it was a private gathering. After that, Swami just, with a loud voice, he said, Parvati, tumhara jhula room kidhar hai? Meaning, Parvati, where is your prayer room, your swing room? We all were so shocked. How can Swami know that we have made a jhula room for him and all that? So he got up, he passed. He was feeling like at home, like a family. He passed, he went to the kitchen inside. He said, what are you cooking? What have you made? He walked towards the prayer room. When he walked towards the prayer room, he sat in the jhula. I think there are some pictures.
There.
There are some pictures. He sat in the jhula, and mother swinged him. He just told one word to mother, karo. Now this karo means do it. So now she knows and he knows what she had wished and why Swami came home. Karo means do the Pad Puja, and she was ready with the tray, everything with the kumkum, milk and all, and it was normal like how people do the Pad Puja. She did it, and Swami told her at the time, Dekho Parvati, means see Parvati, I've come to your house. It was your wish that I should sit in the swing, and you want to do my Pad Puja, and today I fulfill your wish. So this is the Lord. I mean, what he needs is love, and he knew that somebody made out of love that he should come, he should sit in the jhula, and he fulfill her wish. So whatever you do with real love, the Lord listens.
Next is yours again.
Next is again mine, not yours. Wow. Okay, this is again mine. I thought it was Indira's turn. So one day, this is in Whitefield. One day, me and Indira were there in Whitefield, went for darshan, and there are some shops outside. There are small stores. I just bought a chain. It was like beads, not gold plated. It was a cheap one. It was about 50 rupees chain. So I bought the chain. I came to the room and showed Indira and showed to my mom. My mom asked me, why have you bought the chain? I said, I don't know. It just came to me and I just bought it. And maybe I have a feeling that, I want to put on to Baba, but it is so cheap. It is only 50 rupees. How can I put to Swami? It is. I'm in two minds whether shall I put him or no. She said, listen. You take this chain, put in your pocket. Whenever Swami calls you to Swami, with love, please accept it, and you at the same time pray to him that please one day show me that I can put you a gold and real gold and the diamonds with the diamond, rubies, gold. Show me that day. So, next day he calls us for interview. And it is like normal. He speaks, about family and other things. And then he looked at me. He just pointed, like he pointed to my pocket and he said, take it out, put on me. Not talking, just with sign. I was like, I said, Sai Ram, Swami. I did not dare take out the chain because it was only 50 rupees chain. So again he said, take it out and put on me. My hands were shivering. I took out and I showed him. With his help, he put on him. Expression of Swami. See, it's not that material. He needs material. He needs, with love. If somebody bought it and he fulfill the wish. So he put on him, and after that, he kept it. And then after a few years, we got the chance to garland. Means me and my brother Suresh. We got the chance to garland him with the real one. It was his 70th birthday. It was in the stadium. I think about 8 to 10 lakhs people were there, and even Prime Minister was there, the President was there, Manmohan Singh was the Finance Minister that time. He was also there. So we got the chance to put on Swami, the real one. See how Swami fulfills the wish. That is what I wanted to share with you. I think now,
It's my,
Indira. Yeah, now I get it. Now it's Indira's turn.
my loving father after all. After a few years, again, I decided to go to Kodaikanal. But Ashok did not join me. So Nisha, Daryanani and Prashant joined me. Swami used to look at us every day, but never spoke to us. Then the time came to go back home. The time came to go back home. We were seated in the middle in the bhajan hall. Swami comes just directly where I was there. We both were sitting. He looks at me eye to eye and just points with his fingers. Come. So I got up. I went to him, did Pad Namaskar, and then I touched his feet. While he was asking me, "How are you? When did you come? When are you going?" I said, "Swami, tomorrow." He said, "Tomorrow." And the way the way he means the way he materialized a necklace, I didn't know that he did it because I was busy. We were talking with his divine hands. He just turned and there was a gold necklace. He gave it to me in my hand and says, "Tell your sister to make you wear." He meant for Nisha. I tell you, at that time, I don't know. I was so puzzled. I didn't know what to say because he knew we are his spoiled children. Without interview, we never leave. So this is how he made me happy because we were alone. So this is how he made me happy. And the most touching, what I really felt at that moment was so sweetly like a father asking me, loving father, how is your husband? I said, "Kaisa hai pati?" I said, "Swami, okay." So he didn't come with you. I said, "No, Swami was very busy." I was feeling very bad to say that, but I had to. Wow. Said, "Swami is he's very busy." The way, like a loving father saying, he couldn't take out time for Swami, just few days. I didn't know what to say. I tell you, I was so emotional. Just tears were rolling down my eyes, and I just didn't know what to say to that loving father.
I felt guilty after that.
And after that, when I told Ashok about it, he felt so guilty. He says, "Okay, now whenever you go, we will go together." Then now this is another, I don't know, it's beautiful. It's about our 25th wedding anniversary. Once Swami called us for interview, and so lovingly he is asking me, "So our 25th anniversary is, what are your plans?" I said, before I could answer, I was just thinking. He said, "I know you'll have a big party in Indonesia." I said, "No, Swami, we are coming to Parthi." He said, "Really?" He was so happy about it, real loving father. And he told, "Okay, you're most welcome." Then he told me, "Don't worry, like, how a father makes a child happy. I'll call you for interview and I'll give you a beautiful silk sari." I was so happy. I said, "Okay, Swami." So 27th September, we were all there. He called us for an interview. And we were all there. Sumanna, Manoj, Suresh, Pia, Ashok and myself. We all were there. We were seated. And Manoj going to be my son-in-law. Because actually what happened, Swami told me at that time in the interview, "Bring your daughter and going to be son-in-law also." I said, "Okay, Swami." So we all were there. After that, when we sat down, Swami was talking to both the children, Sumanna and Manoj. While talking to them, he materialized a gold chain and gave it to Manoj and told him, "Put around Sumanna." While Manoj was doing that, Swami's divine hands were on both the children's head, and he said the wedding mantras. It was so beautiful. And the same room where he got us married, also he got our daughter married. What else would I ask for? Such a loving mother that he is.
Okay, now again my turn. It's the last one, I think, mine. Huh? Okay, this is regarding my slip disc. I had a slip disc, very severe slip disc, and Swami cured me. I mean, he saved me. So it goes like this. I was about 21, my age was about 21 years old, and I did not know much about Swami at that time. And just, I mean, you know, the pain was so much, I was pulling life, pulling. So one day I could not bear, and I was visiting doctors in Jakarta who advised me to go to Sydney. There is a spinal unit in Sydney, and the only way to get cured was to get surgery. So, I mean, I did not decide. It was still very new. He gave me the letter, and next day, Indira is calling me. He said that you are not well. I said, of course I'm well. Who told you that I'm not well? She said, no, Swami came to the darshan line and he said, husband ko phone karo, husband theek nahi. Means call your husband, he is not well. So that's why I said, no, I'm totally well, and you don't worry anything about me. So she again, next morning again there was darshan. Swami comes to her. He asked her, husband ko phone kiya? Did you call your husband? Yes, I called. Husband kya bola? Husband said, means what did husband reply? He said, husband bolta hai theek hai, jhoot bolta hai. Means, I mean in English he said that your husband is lying that he is well. He is not well. Call him again. She calls me again. Then I had to confess. I mean, mother also asked me that Swami is telling, how can Swami lie? You must be lying. I said, yeah, I didn't want to give you trouble or give Swami trouble and all that. The next day, Swami again comes to Indira. I said, did you call? She said, yes. And finally, she told him that, yes, husband is not well. He said, see, Swami kabhi jhoot nahi bolta hai, husband jhoot bola. Swami never tell lies. Your husband was lying. Then he told Indira, please call your husband, tell him to come to Puttaparthi immediately. She comes, she calls me, and I think in 2 days I was in Puttaparthi. I went with the MRI and doctor's letter, all the reports. Immediately next day, Swami calls us for interview. It was only, there was no other public, I mean, no other devotees. It was only 3 of us, Indira, myself, and my mom. It was a 45 to 50 minutes interview, and all about my back, about my slip disc. I mean, as soon as we entered, I wanted to show him the MRI and the doctor's letter. He said, Swami ko malum, means Swami knows everything. And then he asked me, what have you decided? I said, tum kya socha? I said, Swami is asking me what I said, Swami, did any have this? That I must go and have a operation. Yeah, but what have you decided? These doctors have told you. You must have decided something. Here I said, now Swami wants to test me. Definitely this is a test for me. I should pass in this test. And then I said, Swami, the same thing. I told him, Swami, I have not decided anything. It is just doctors have told me that I must get over. He said, no, you must have decided in your mind. You must have decided something. Then I was like quiet. Then he said, pagal, means mad you are. Paralyzed ho jayega. Malum hai. You will become paralyzed. You know, if you do this operation, you will become paralyzed. That is why Swami called you from Indonesia, to save you from getting paralyzed. I immediately told him, Swami, sorry, and I have not decided anything. So now, what is your decision? Again, like he is testing me. I knew it is a very big test now. After a few questions, I told him, Swami, inside I said, Swami, I told him, Swami, abhi hum socha, I have decided, hum Indonesia wapas nahi jata hai, jab tak aap humko theek kare. Means I'm not going back to Indonesia until you make me well. He said, ha, I can make you well, because earlier earlier stage, I never had faith that he's God, living God, he can cure people and all that. So he's like laughing and like mocking at me, talking to my wife and my mom. Dekho son kya bolta hai, Swami theek kar sakta hai. Means see what son is saying, that Swami can make him well. And then Swami said, okay, what are you going to do if you are going to stay here? What work will you do? I said, you can give me any work in the canteen or in the hospital or in the store. You have got so much of, I can join, means anybody and do any work. He said, Acha, Aisa, you will do like that. Yeah. And again, he's looking at Mom and Indira like, see now he is like fully surrendered. And then he said, who will look after your business in Indonesia? I said, you will look, Swami. Swami, you will look after business. Who will look after your children? I said, you will look. Everything was you, Swami, full surrender. Then he said, Dekho, aisa full surrender kiya hai abhi. Then again he told my wife and my mom that, see, now he's surrendering. Means inside he meant to tell me that before he didn't have faith and now he has full faith. So anyway, he said, then finally he said, okay, abhi dekho, abhi now look, you come on Swami's birthday. It was July. He said, you normally come Swami's birthday. You come Swami's birthday, Swami will make you well. Okay, then birthday times come. Birthday time came. We all family were there. Normally we always go for birthday. All brothers, sisters, all. So on birthday was 23rd November. He calls us on 26th November. I cannot remember who were in the interview. I think the whole family was there. Yeah, the whole family was there. 26th November, he calls us. We were about 10 or 15 of us. And no topic came out about my back. I am like, inside I was thinking, why he's not talking? He promised me. And I cannot tell him that, Swami, you promised me. How can I tell God that you promised me? It is like, so he was again talking to everybody. Interview ended. I said, now it is finished. Swami, I cannot know. Maybe it is my karma. I have to face it. Okay, I will face it. What to do? But then I did not give up. I said, no, I have faith. He will do something. I slow. I said, let me be the last one to come out from the interview. Because normally when interview ends, first Swami tells the devotees to leave from the door, and he will put off the fan and the light, and he's the last one to come out. I said, now let me be the last one to come out. I I didn't want to leave the interview room. Slowly. And believe me, he was behind me. He pulled my shirt, pulled my singlet, and then he waved his hand at my back and hit me very hard. He said just 2 words. He said, Jao, Gaya. Means go, it is gone. And then after that, as I stepped outside the door, everything was gone. He was so nice. He told no, that was much earlier. He told the make him sit on the floor and arrange a chair for him. I was like, at that time I was about 30, 35 years old. I had to sit with elderly people who are 80 or 90, just at the entrance of the mandir where they sit. So nice of him, to make me sit there. Yeah. All this is Swami's love who saved me from becoming paralyzed. Until now, God's grace, I'm well, 100% well. I still remember he always used to tell me, take care of yourself, take care of yourself. Sairam.
Okay. The Divine Savior. We went to Whitefield, Ashok, me and my family. We were there for about 6 days. Swami used to look at us. He spoke to us, but he did not call us. So after that, we had to leave back for Bombay. It so happened, after a few days, I get a call from Whitefield. Baba's personal Sevadal, Mr. Nitin Acharya, he calls.
By phone.
By phone. And I pick up the phone. He says, Swami has been looking for you since a few days. And he wants you to come tomorrow by 9 a.m. You please be in Whitefield. I was confused. I said, am I really hearing these words? So I told Nitin, I said, Nitin, if you don't mind, can you repeat again? So he repeats. I told him, okay. So he said, please, Didi, be on time and see that you're there by 9. I said, okay. It was Saturday when he called me. It was about 6 in the evening and I had to be there by 9. So we went, we reached on time, and Swami looked at us, and that's it. Then in the evening, Swami called us. Swami called us for an interview, both of us. And we were just sitting, had a general talk, and as usual, he says, "Kya samachar? What news about family?" As usual. So all that was done. Then then he asked us, "When are you all leaving?" We said, "Swami, as you say, because we go by our wish, come back, we have to see when Swami tells us." So he said, "No, better you go today. Go to your apartment in Bangalore. We have an apartment there. So you'll go there, stay there, and then morning you leave for Bombay." We said, okay. So we left for Bombay. After it so happened, after a few days, while I was in Bombay, I had a very bad fall, a major surgery. No, sorry, before that, I wanted to tell you, I told Swami that, Swami, after a few days, I'm coming back to Parthi because it's going to be Shivratri. He tells me, no, it's going to be very crowded. Please don't come. I said, Swami, I've been coming since years. It's been so many years. I never miss. I'm coming. He said, no, it's too crowded. You come on 1st of March.
After Shivratri.
I had to listen to him. So I said, okay, Swami. So when I came to Bombay, after a few days, I had a very bad fall and a major surgery. Really, Swami saved me. Then I realized why Swami told me not to come for Shivratri, as this accident had to happen. When I was in Parthi on 1st of March, I made a point to be there on 1st of March. I went alone. I mostly go alone, I would like to tell you. So, because Ashok is always as busy. So when I went, Swami called me in the afternoon, immediately when I reached. He called me and he looked at me. He said, see, Swami saved you. It would have been something worst. I really cried and told him, thank you, Swami. And really, I was bad. I think you all saw the picture. I used to look at my face in the mirror and I used to cry, Swami, what is this? It's so bad. Will it be okay?
Your eyes got saved.
And my eyes were really saved on that. Then, after that, he took out Vibhuti and he himself, like a loving mother and father would do,
7 days.
Applied on my lips, on all my wounds, what I had was really bad. I didn't know how to do it, but as I had to go on 1st of March, so I was with all that. Then he used to apply, and every day, 7 days, non-stop, our loving mother called me to just apply the Vibhuti and see that I get better when I go back. We humans don't realize the deep meaning of our loving Father. Really, it was, I don't know how I was saved. Now again, it's mine. Only the divine vision, I would say, the loving love, really. It was, my mother-in-law was in the hospital in Puttaparthi, super special hospital. For about a year. So my sister-in-law, Veena Jaswani, my brother-in-law, Ramesh Kalwani, and myself, we were there at that time. So we thought, we are in the hospital, let's go for a checkup. My mother-in-law was insisting, you all are there, why don't you also have a checkup? We said, okay. So she told the doctor. So we all three went for checkup. When we went for checkup, it so happened, doctor was examining me and he asks me, do you know that you have a hole in the heart? I said, hole in the heart? I said, doctor, you are sure? So I tell my sister-in-law, I don't know what he's saying. She comes. So she asks the doctor. Doctor says, yeah, she has a hole in the heart and it's since birth. And the doctor asked me, do you have children? I said, yes, Swami, I do. Doctor, I do have children. He said, it's impossible. I said, no, really. Then doctor said, it's all Swami's grace, I think. Okay, don't worry. We will inform Swami and we'll see how it is. I said, okay. Then I was really, I really can't say what I felt. I don't know what thoughts I was having. I don't know what thoughts I was having. I really don't know what to say. And then in the afternoon, we went for darshan. Swami calls me. He calls me lovingly. He says, "Don't worry. It's a hole in the heart. No, I will take care of it. Don't worry. It's all the love is being filled inside." I I was like, I didn't know what to say. I said, "Okay, Swami." He said, "I will take care." This was in 2002 when I came to know I had a hole in the heart. Later, in 2011, Ashok suddenly felt, "Let's go to Parthi." He never says usually, it's always me, bugging him, "Let's go, let's go." So I don't know how he called me from the office saying, "Let's go, but only for 3 days," because he knows if I go to Parthi, it's my home. My father is waiting for me, so I want to spend more time there. So he told me, but only few days. I said, "Okay." I said, "Let's agree first, then there we can decide." So I told him, "Okay." So we went and we came to know Swami was not well. We were we were sitting for darshan and Swami did not come out that day. So we went back to the room. In the evening, Swami calls us to his residence, both of us. He called us and he looked so weak. And first thing he's asking us, "So, kaisa hai sab?" We said, "All okay." And I was I told him, "Swami, you're not well. What's wrong?" He said, see, kya bolta hai? She's not worried about her health. She's talking about me. I said, "Swami, you're very weak. You look, I tell you, I don't know how to express. He was so weak. He hardly could even talk. We could hardly hear him. We had to go near to him and hear what he was saying. But he was so sweet. What a loving mother that though he was sick, he wanted to just tell me, "Go and do your operation." He told me, "Just do your operation wherever you are comfortable," means where your family is there. You see that you have somebody with you. So we told him, "Thank you, everything." And we didn't realize at that time that this would be my last interview with my beloved Lord. I really did not know that this would be my last, and I was seeing him last. And he's been, he's like not only Lord, he is even my guru. He's my mother, my father, my friend. Anything I had, I used to go to him and tell him everything. So it's like this, every little thing, because I felt nobody is as close to you as Swami. He would listen quietly, tell me what to do. I really, really miss him. Swami, I really miss you. I love you. Then I came to know why he told me to do the surgery, because he really wanted that I should be well. I was not agreeing. I really was not agreeing to do the surgery till my children both, Sumana, Manoj, no, Ashok started explaining me. Suppose you become paralyzed, something happens to you. Who is going to look after you? Children are there. They have their own family. You should think about that. Then it just so happened, I was just, sleeping, and Swami comes and says, "Please do it." Then finally I agreed. And I did it in 2000, which year? 12.
Swami left his body 2011.
Yeah, 2012.
I told her she was not agreeing. Then I asked the doctor, "What are the risks? Please tell her openly." Doctor said, "How can I tell her?" I said, no, you have told me, but let her listen. Doctor said, if she doesn't do at the old age, she will become breathless and she can get a stroke in her brain and become paralyzed. And she was not agreeing. So I told her, "Do you want that your daughter should take responsibility of you? If I'm no more, I'm not there, you are alone." And then finally she agreed. She agreed and it was done, and the doctor was so good. The doctor...
It was Swami, the doctor, who did everything.
Yeah, doctor said it will take 2 hours. And after 45 minutes, we were in the hospital. It was done in Asian Heart in Bombay. After 45 minutes in the hospital, there was an announcement that, "Please, Mr. Kalwani, we want to see you." So Manoj was with me, my son-in-law and other friends. And I said, Manoj, I think they can't do it from the groin, and he has to do an open heart. That's why he's calling. And we entered the doctor. Doctor said, everything is done. I think she had Swami's picture with her, and everything went well. It took me only 45 minutes without any problem. Everything was done. Yeah. So that is Swami.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
No, it's mine again.
Yeah.
It's mine again. After a few years back, my father, who was 80 years old, who lives in Africa, Tanzania. I come from there, and he runs a blind school, and he was a chairman. All his arteries were 90% blocked. Doctors in Mumbai said it is very complicated case, and so we were a bit confused. So we all decided it's better we go to Parthi, and Swami blessed us, and he did the surgery in Parthi Super Special Hospital, and the miracle was in 3 days he was discharged. It was really, I just couldn't. I was telling Swami, is it okay? We are flying to Bombay. He said, perfectly. And he's fine and fit now.
Wait. And
Okay.
Swami, yeah, because I get the opportunity to sit in the veranda. So in the veranda, Swami asked me, is the operation done? I said, Swami, it is done, and everything went well. And he was so happy. He told other devotees, Dekho Swami ka hospital, see Swami's hospital, 90 years old, no, 80 years old, 80 years old, 90% blockage, Swami's hospital, everything clear. Swami's grace. He was proud about his hospital, and he wanted to share with others. That's it. Yeah. And
Okay, now
wait, one more. I will tell.
Okay.
There is one more miracle which happened in our family. It is about my dad. My dad had prostate cancer, means urine used to stop, and his urine stopped for about 3-4 days. He couldn't urinate. I took him to a professor in Matraman. Myself, personally, I cannot remember which of my brother accompanied me. But the doctor said, it is too late, and here is a letter. It is already 4 days. It will become poison and all. Now immediately go to the hospital. He called the hospital, but I did not dare take him to the hospital. We came home, and as usual, we have to discuss in the family. 4 children, father, mother. So out of 6 people, 5 of us told that he should have an operation in any hospital. Dad checked with 2 of his friends, which was Mon Tolaram's father. He did it in Singapore, and Lakshmi Taylor, Mr. Mangaram, yeah, he did in Bombay. So Dad decided to do in Bombay hospital. We booked the hospital, everything was done, but out of 6 people in the family, only 1 did not agree. 1 said, Swami will do. I don't need doctors. Swami is beyond doctors. That was my mother. So anyway, in short, my mother took him to Bangalore. At that time, there was no Bangalore direct flight. She took him to Madras, from Madras, and then to a domestic flight to Bangalore. Bangalore, Swami was in Whitefield. She went to Swami alone, and because he couldn't even stand. It was 8 or 9 days. Means everything became like poison. He was not fit, very, very weak. Then Swami comes to mother, and mother went alone. Before she could tell Swami, Swami said, "Kabhi aaya, humko malum hai, husband theek nahi hai, and I know husband is not well. Please bring husband here." She said, "But he cannot walk." She said, "Please bring him here. Take 2 helpers, bring him." Anyway, next in the evening, she brought him with 2 helpers, and Swami comes to my father. My father immediately cried. He had helpers left and right. He cried, and then Swami said, I know you have got kidney infection, urine infection, all have become poison inside. Everything is spoiled inside. Don't worry." He materialized Vibhuti, he told him to eat now, and he gave another dose, took paper from the Sevadal, he wrapped it. He said, "You have it later in the evening." Now, but he told them, don't go back to city. City means Bangalore. And at that time, there were no hotels, and ashram was full. So they had to stay in somebody's hut, like take what you call not mattress, what you call mat. They had to sleep on a mat, and it was a hut. I mean, below was all mud, just opposite the mandir. Believe me, after 4 hours of vibhuti, my dead stomach started getting cramps, and he could not stop. He wanted to pass his urine. He went behind, he took a small bucket, just put it below. Without any force, everything came out. All pus. It was like it was not urine. It was all poison and all came out. I think it was maybe about 2 liters. It came out, and immediately he felt fever was gone. Everything was gone. He was like 90% well. Then he slept well. Next morning, they just had to cross the road, go for the darshan. Swami comes again, and this time he did not need any helper. No left, no right. He was laughing. Swami comes. He said, "Kaisa hai?" Means, how are you? Father said, "Swami, I'm well." He said, "No, you are 90% well. Another 10%." Gave another vibhuti. Within 48 hours, he was 100% well. See, our Lord. It is my mother's faith which won. Swami kept her, she had the faith in him, and he had to fulfill. He had to show that your faith is right. That your devotion is right, and I can make him well. He made him well without any operation, no surgery, nothing. He was well. Till the end, he was well. All the prostate was gone. Just with the vibhuti, but the faith wins. If you have anything with faith, it clears you. You know, you are well. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is all our experiences with Swami. In fact, we still have much more, but the time, maybe next time we will share more. Yeah, you have anything?
No, of course, I want to say something.
Yeah,
of course, it's the ending.
Ending, yeah.
Yes, of course, I would love to say. Swami's love on our family has always been unconditional and constant. This is all due to my mother-in-law's intense devotion and dedication to Swami. As Swami says, devotee's family is my family. Is my family. He showered his divine love and care on us like a true mother and a father would. Also, each time in the interview room, along with my mother-in-law when we were there, he used to always tell us, "Mother is a trunk and you all are the branches." Thank you, Swami, for always reminding us of your divine presence and showering us all your love and protection. We are all Swami's children. All we need to do is love him completely and selflessly, and he will respond. He will respond with the love of 1,000 mothers. If someone asks me, what is the greatest gift we have received from Swami? We should say love. His love of 1,000 mothers. We praise Swami. Keep us, all of us, his dear children, in his divine love. Sairam.
We hope you all enjoyed our experiences, and we were very happy to share with you all. Sairam.
Sairam.
Stay safe. Is a lot.
Dear Uncle and Auntie, I can't even express how we all would have felt throughout this session. Thank you so much once again for sharing your blessed experience with all of us. This past 1 hour just brought me back to Perthi completely, where I remember we were sitting in your room one evening and you were just telling me all these stories, and it just brought a lot of memories back to Perthi. Listening to this, I'm sure it gave all of us some solace and made us, or even at least made me want to go back home even more. Thank you, Auntie and Uncle. Thank you so much once again. Again, all of this would not have happened without Swami's divine grace and blessings. Thank
We
you,
also-
Swami. Thank
We
you.
also
Thank you for
want
the opportunity.
we also want to go back home, Chandani, with you.
Soon,
Saira.
Aunty.
Thank you
Soon.
for
As
the
you said, right?
Yeah.
As you said, right? Swami's love is the love of 1,000 mothers. So I'm sure he's there. He's listening to all of our prayers. He's
Very-
going to make all
very-
this COVID
Very
go
much.
away soon.
He's very much around.
Yes. And with his grace and blessings, hopefully we'll be in party again very, very, very soon. I can see a lot of people typing and saying we are coming back with you. We're going back with you to
After the
party.
COVID, yeah, after the COVID.
Done. Confirmed. First trip out is after the COVID. Done.
Done.
Okay.
Done. Okay,
Sairam,
Sairam.
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 Sairam,
With,
Love
with
you,
this
Baba.
in mind,
Thank you. Love you, Baba. Thank you for everything. Sairam.
with this in mind, let us close the session with one Om and three Shanti. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.